Hello, we're Group 84, and our project title is Shooter Video Games and Gun-Related Crimes.
Starting with an introduction, gun safety and violence is a salient topic. There's always news on some gun related crime, and everyone has something to say about it. One common conversation is whether or not violent video games are connected to gun crimes. Psychologists have found that violent video games can cause more aggression in players for 4 to 9 minutes in a controlled lab setting. Existing data also shows that gun related injuries peaked in 2021, which is very recent. Therefore, we thought it would be worthwhile to ask if from 2014 to 2016 in the United States, is there a relationship between how many sales shooter video games make in a year and how many gun related crimes occur in the US in that same year? Furthermore, is there a statistical difference between the average number of crimes that occur in the 30-day periods following the release of a large popular shooter video game and the average number of crimes that occur in any 30-day period overall? Our hypothesis is that the release of shooter video games has no correlation with the occurrence of violent gun related crimes across the country.
Moving on to the data section, we used three data sets, the first and last one about video games and the second one about gun violence incidents. And this is our complete data frame of popular video games. And the reason why we use two data sets, so data set 1 does not have sale data and data set 3 does not have release dates. So we merged both data sets and used a threshold to determine popularity based on sales. And this is the head of gun-related incidents or crimes data frame that we created, and it uses dataset 2 as it is relevant to the investigation since each observation represents a count of gun crimes and has the dates.
This is the EDA section of our research. On this slide, there are three graphs. There are the graphs of total number of crime count by year, month, and date. The month and daily graph provides a little more detailed data showing some fluctuations in crime count, but overall it still shows a slight upward trend, which is consistent with the crime count by year graph. When we compared the incident and video game sales data, we found that there isn't a strong relationship between the sales of video game and how many incidents happen per year. In 2016, the video game sales and the number of incidents are actually negatively correlated. This graph on the left shows the number of gun crime 30 days after video game releases versus 30 days period in general. As you can see right here that they are almost the same. The table on the right shows the incident in random 30 days and 30 days after video game release. And by using the Mann-Whitney U-test, we found that the p-value is 0.48, which is a lot larger than 0.05, meaning that there isn't a significant difference between the number of incidents following a game release and the number of incidents in general.
Hello, my name is Carla Arcos, and I'll be presenting the ethics and privacy section of our project. Our ethical concerns include data, bias, and privacy. Since we're investigating crime in the real world, not all gun-related incidents are reported, leading to data sets that may not be fully representative. We believe there could also be risks that audiences might draw causal implications from research findings, leading to misguided public opinions. Privacy was another one of our concerns, as the crime dataset contains sensitive information such as names and addresses. To address these ethical concerns, we were clear about the limitations and potential biases of our project. We were always transparent in the communication of our results and analysis, and we followed data privacy principles to ensure personal information was always protected.
For our discussion and conclusion section, we can conclude that our analysis results align with our hypothesis. An OLS method showed us that there is no statistically significant relationship between yearly shooter game sales and yearly gun crime. Also, a Mann-Whitney U-test showed us that there is no statistically significant difference between gun crime frequency following a popular shooter game release compared to the gun crime frequencies in general. However, there are some limitations for our project. For example, our time frame for our research question is very short to account for when our datasets overlapped. Also, it's doubtful that every single gun-related instance and video games were recorded in the dataset we use, as some gun-related instances are likely to go unrecorded. Thank you.